Okay, so this is part B, part 2, whatever, of the conversion video, okay? And this is where I'm going to show you how you can actually do something that's even a little harder, okay? Using the same method, and it's still really, really easy. Does anybody want me to just do another one like we just did first to just warm up, or do you feel like you can?
I got it.
Fist to 5. How are you guys feeling so far? Be really honest. It's like totally okay if you don't get it. Okay. All right. So good. So I'm going to go ahead and make it slightly harder. Let's say, and I'm not going to use a hard example, but I'm going to pretend like it's like, well, we could use a hard one. Well, we'll keep it simple for now. We'll say I want to convert 15 yards to centimeters. 15 yards to centimeters. Okay? So we got to think about our conversion factors. I don't know how many centimeters there are in a yard. I have not a clue.
How many there are in an inch.
But I do! Yes, that's right. I know how many there are in an inch. So I write that down. So I say 1 inch. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. Okay, well that gets me from inches to centimeters, but I've still got to get from yards to inches. Does anybody know how many yards and how many inches in a yard?
We know there's 12 inches in it.
There are 36. If you didn't know how many feet are, you know how many feet are in a yard, right? There's 3 feet in a yard, and then there's 12 inches. So we could do, well, let's do 3. Oh, this is gonna be a little hard. Is that okay? You up for this? Watch this. It'll be fun. So let's say we don't know how many inches in a yard. So let's just say, well, we know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So we can go from inches to centimeters, we can go from yards to feet, but we have to go from feet to inches. And you guys remembered that, right? How many inches in a foot?
Oh,
All right, so I got 3 conversion factors. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. All right, so I've got to use all these. It's a little confusing when I list them up there. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to know what I'm going to use? Well, it's not so hard because the first step is to rewrite this and put a 1 over it. So we're going to go 15 yards over 1, right? And then we put our little time sign, and we do our fraction line. All I care about is I want to go from yards to something else. Okay, which one of those has yards in it? The middle one, right? I don't have a choice. I can't, that doesn't have yards in it, that doesn't. That's the only one. So that's the one I'm going to use. Now, yards are upstairs. So in this one, I'm going to put them downstairs, right? You're all with me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put 1 yard downstairs. I'm going to go 1 yard. And then that means I got to put 3 feet upstairs. And this little fraction here equals 1. You guys agree with me? Yeah. A value of 1, because they're identical, top and bottom. They just look different, but they're identical. That means I'm not changing the value of 15 yards. I'm just changing the way it looks. Now look, I can immediately see, I have yards upstairs and downstairs. I'm going to cross them out. That is so cool. That means, what do I have left? Feet. Now, is that where I want to be? I want to be at centimeters. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to put a dot, that's a multiply sign, because I'm not yet at inch centimeters. I'm at feet. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to pretend, this is all I care about, is where it says feet. I don't have to worry about the 3 or the 15. I'm only looking at the fact that it says feet there. So I'm going to put another fraction line, and I'm going to go over here and I say, which one of those talks about feet? Which one? The bottom one, right? This one? So I'm going to use this one now. So feet are upstairs, so I have to put the feet downstairs. So I'm going to put 1 foot, and then I'm going to put 12 inches upstairs. And you guys all agree with me that's worth 1, that's a value of 1 still, right? Yeah. Right? That fraction. Okay, now the fun part, I get to do this. Yes! Yes! Now what kind of units do I have now? Am I done? Is that what they want? No. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to say all I care about is the inch. I'm not worrying about the 15 or the 3 or the 12. I'm just noticing that all I have is inches. So I'm going to put a dot there, and I'm going to put another line. And I'm going to say, now which one of those did I not use? The top one, right? So that's pretty likely to be it. So I'm going to use that one. And I have inches upstairs or downstairs? Upstairs here, right? So where is it going to go here? Downstairs. So I'm going to put 1 inch downstairs, 1 inch, and then 2.54 centimeters. And look at this. This is the fun part.
Yes.
What do I have left? Is that what they're asking me to get?
Yes.
We're done. We're basically done. Now we need somebody with a calculator. Okay, 15 times 3 times 12 times 2.54.
1,371.6.
Okay, centimeters. Now I could put it over 1, but that won't change its value because 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So since I don't need it, I'm going to just leave it as that. So that was using 3 fractions they're actually called unit multipliers, but it really doesn't matter what they're called. All that matters is that you start with your initial thing, you put it over 1, and then you have a conversion factor, and you create fractions from those conversion factors, right? You guys get it?
Yeah.
All right, that's so cool. Okay, so that's the lecture part. So let me stop this.